And teams like what we have here, Komai Esports and Los Caducados, can catch up with them as well. We want to go to Worlds and have a fantastic showing for EU this year.
I mean, these are another two teams that I have become very, very acquainted with. Komai Esports going to be on your purple side. Los Caducados going to be on your orange side. That is not a Mega Lucario this time round. That's going to be probably another E-Speed Lucario. I can't imagine you would go close combat if you don't have the Mega, but E-Speed Lucario could be very fun into this. We are seeing Talonflame for the very first time come through as well, alongside Galarian Rapidash. Double speedsters and a Vaporeon coming to play with Mimikyu taking the central lane, Darkrai taking the central lane for Komai Esports, and Komai strike first with 6 points.
Bro, that comp by Los Caducados is such an aggressive comp in this game. Like, see how it plays off for them. Because it is very sort of early game as well. Right now, Gatlu is here on that Lucario, has Narami to support them in the top lane. That is such a difficult task. But Mimikyu rotates up, ready to go for the 850s, not too far away.
Yeah, they're coming through, and I'm wondering, just because they have access to the Hooper, are we going to see a Brave Bird come through? Because a Brave Bird onto a Darkrai could be very, very bad news for the side of Komai Esports. We are seeing the Shadow Claw moveset come out from Darkrai, as we have our central laners in the top path, but Rapidash has made the quick dash up to that top path, as well as Vaporeon is left to just concede these Altarias to the side of Komai Esports in the top side. Los Caducados using that aggressive style to push on forward. Galarian Rapidash going to get a score, and Shadow Claw going to come out from Mimikyu. It is the battle of the Shadow Claws between Darkrai and Mimikyu in this one, my guy.
That it is. The Trick Hooper is going to be an absolute treat here for us as Los Caducados continue to play aggressively. They will leave Jirare down here just to defend their pad effectively, allowing them to control rest of Thea Sky Ruins at the moment. And already we're seeing Rally get to the levels that they're looking for, keeping up with that Darkrai as we're about to have Regidrago take to the field.
I mean, if there's a Pokemon that can defend a pad solo, it is definitely that Vaporeon. It is a Pokemon that many people have called for nerfs, but it could be executed right here. Nope. The boosted from Mew is just going to tickle the water-based evolution. I don't know. We are seeing, still haven't seen what move Gatlu's going to come through, but Galarian Rapidash gets walled off and executed by an Electro Ball by Toast. Aggressive is the name of the game for both of these teams, as Komai Esports is going to turn their attention first to this Regidrago.
Looks like they will start the rip on this. We do see Los Caducados get here ready for the secure on the side of Rally. That's going to rotate, and it's going to be taken by Adesio on the Darkrai. It's Trick Room, buddy. I hear your gasp as Rally has to get out of there, though. Gatlu hunting them down with that pup, and they do manage to find them on the back of the execute by Toast here. The walls again, this combo of Gek and Toast proving to be too much for Jirare to deal with.
I mean, yeah, that is exactly what you want to do with a Vaporeon. You want to overwhelm it right now. And the combination of Pop, Lucario, alongside that Darkrai is going well. They've handled the early aggressive pressure coming out from the side of Los Caducados. Galarian Rapidash is going to take away the Regieleki. It's going to walk on a pad. They're going to have a little bit of assistance heading into that basement lane. Top side Reggie Ice is taken away by Team Komai Esports. But there we go. Vaporeon with the flip turn is going to go wherever they think it's needed. Trick Room into... I don't think we've seen the Brave Bird come out yet from the Talonflame, but I think it is. There it is. It is a Brave Bird coming through. It's going to go after the Elder Gods. Trick Room is going to come through. I do believe that was a worst nightmare, taking out the Mimikyu on the bottom lane. And now Komai Esports are coming back, but they are defending well, is Los Caducados.
Yeah, I mean, good effort, though, to be fair, from Eldegoss just to rush onto that pad and force Los Caducados to back up a bit to find the KO. Gek is now able to try and defend this pad, and they've stopped Los Caducados from scoring anything just yet. Triad Blitz is going to be dropped here, though, and they do manage to find the KO. Gatlu goes mega as they look to see if they can find their own, and they dive through onto Jirare here. Los Caducados, they only lose 1 KO for that, and they did score a good amount of points, but a heavy defense from Komai Esports.
Yeah, surprisingly, I wasn't able to see the mega symbol on that Mega Lucario when it was in its normal form. Gatlu, yep, definitely playing that Mega Lucario again. Goes with his aggressive playing style, but now Mimikyu all alone in that top path, going after that Darkrai. But with that Darkrai escaping into those hidey holes, it can escape the onslaught of the Trick Room because it can decide to come out, wait for the Trick Room to come on, wait for the Shadow Claw to come online or the Trick Room to go offline, and also wait for its team to come and help it out. 76-63, a nice even game coming through so far as we head to the halfway point. But look at Talonflame just waiting to jump on either Gatlu or that Darkrai. But beautiful timing there with the hidey hole coming from Darkrai.
So Los Caducados now having to defend back on their pad right now. Komai Esports continuing to be really aggressive with their style of play. We do see this Darkrai getting ready to ambush on out. Trying to see if they can get Jose here is the main target, knowing that Brave Bird's going to come through with that trick combo onto it. You've got to try and zone it out, and that's exactly what they do, bro. They find them in the worst nightmare. We see that battle continue as Los Caducados push Komai Esports back to their pad. Gatlu won't allow it though. They've gone mega on this Lucario and they're ripping down this Regirock. Mystical Mirage will come out here as well from Toast as they look for the secure. Jurare is in it, but it's going to be Mimikyu that finds it. Gatlu was zoned out, tried to get it with that close combat. Los Caducados with an advantage. Trick Room goes on up, and right now they find all the KOs that they're looking for, except from this Mega Lucario. The Mega expires and Gatlu is sent back to Nurse Joy. Continue the fight does rally, having Niat with that assistance on the Hooper. Gekakami, massive beam comes through, but Adesu falls as well. It's only Toast left to defend for Komai Esports.
I mean, the amount of resources that they had to use to just get rid of Gatlu, but right now Eldegoss is here to try and stop this pad from being broken and for Los Caracudos to take the advantage. But the Trick Room is here. Can they score? There's so many members trying to score. Los Caracudos unable to score. Beautiful defense coming through from the Crustle as well. Darkrai's going to try and pick up because they are dangerously low health. But incredible the amount of resources that had to be used just to take down Gatlu in its mega form.
Bruh, this is crazy. These two teams are so incredibly close in this game. They use so many resources, but they're not getting enough back out of it. They do get KOs, but the points, it's 76-63 right now. We will get another 40 dunk in. And finally, with 3 minutes left in this game, bro, we've just broken the 100-point mark.
I mean, that's crazy. I do believe it was Los Caracudos that managed to steal that Regirock buff, which was able to help quite a lot. I think it was Mimikyu that managed to take it away. I don't know. It was all in that chaos, but now we've got the Rock Tomb almost walling off the Mimikyu, but Trick Room is so good. Those infinite dashes inside its twisted dimensions. Gatlu is here. He's going to try and block off anybody else. The close combat's going to go in. Mimikyu is in dire straits, but once again, the dash is coming through from a Trick Room and Komai Esports turnabout as fair play. 5 members in the top side to take it away. But this is exactly what they want to do. They get it back to Los Caracudos. But let's see what they roll at the 2.5-minute mark. It's a Regice.
I did find out this week that Gatlu's favorite Reggie buff is the Regice. They're going to be very happy coming into this final objective with that extra healing on side of a Mega Lucario is a little bit ridiculous as they get ready for the final objective to come onto the screen. Regieleki will not be taken when there's a crowd on. The game is on. It's so close between these two squads right now as Los Caducados looking to go quite aggressive in the pit despite that Talonflame being started in the bottom lane.
I mean, they are just using these Trick Room dashes for fun right now, bouncing around everywhere. Can't get a good handle on the Mimikyu. The flip turn is going to come out from Vaporeon as well. Let's cut it. Kudos. They're in the lead. They are keeping Komai Esports out of this Groudon pit, but Gatlu is looking for Talonflame. Crustle might get caught out here, but Darkrai is still there, hiding in those Dark Void holes. At the Trick Room managed to get out and avoid anything. 1 minute 30 on the clock, my guy. The Aura Cannon fires off. Gatlu's gone Mega. It's about to pop off.
Gotta take down this Mega Lucario. Worst Nightmare is gonna be used here to find a KO. They take down Vaporeon. Mimikyu trying to survive the Darkrai Unite move. They managed to get out with 1 HP in a dream, and it's Komai Esports that are falling at the moment. Talonflame is spotted. You cannot break the wall that is this Crustle paired with Gatlu as they go for the rip on the Groudon. No longer Mega in the middle of that pit right now, and we have Rally back on this Mimikyu, looking to see if they can find that Lucario going in with a play with me. Shield gets broken very quickly though. Trick Room back on it as the rip on Groudon continues. Rapidash will find Darkrai. The close combat continues to hit from Gatlu. They're so weak, they go down before they can get it here, Lobo. And it's lost Caducados on the back of Vaporeon that steals the objective when they're already in the lead.
I mean, Gatlu coming out of that Mega at the wrong time. It was so dangerously close combat when I wasn't able to give him the health regen that he needed to really survive the Shadow Claw combination with Trick Room, the Triad Blitz coming in as well. Vaporeon in there with the Muddy Water just to stun everybody up and ensure that they get the secure. But Talonflame really came in with that Brave Bird to finish off the damage and put it on and really get Gatlu down. Los Caducados coming out strong. They have an opposite scoreboard. Komai's 5-2. Los Caducados is 2-5, but that's now going to go in the opposite way. Los Caducados putting another win on that board and coming out strong, my guy.
Bro, last week, Los Caducados had some brilliant games against Team Pets, but unfortunately, Team Pets were built different at that final objective. You can't do that anymore. You can lose your buff. It's not unstoppable scoring, so it is so interesting that we do see the fact that they really lengthen out those fights. Going into this game now between these two, what a set we have there. Blaziken and Zacian, two of the Pokemon that lost their unstoppable, are picked up here by Los Caducados.
And Toast has taken the Talonflame away from Los Caducados as well, which is forcing them on to those Pokemon. We are seeing a Mewtwo Y and a Snorlax. I wonder if they're going to take any cues from Bruv and go for the good old Flaillax. Now, the key thing right now is that they're going to have to get on to Adesu because that Miraidon, we saw it before in the previous games. I think it was 13k damage taken. You need to put some damage onto that Miraidon.
But in the meantime, this top lane's not going to be an easy task as they look to find Narami. Right now, as a poor little Eevee, could be a good hit. Rally here on that Zacian. Looking to hit level 5 before their opposition all-rounder on the side of Gatlu does so.
I mean, this battle between Narami and Nyat is going to be fun. It is the surfing Pokemon, the water Pokemon that are such a menace to deal with. Vaporeon does have the healing ability. Psyduck does have that damage reduction ability to assist both teams. But we've got these Altarias coming up. Toast's going to come up as well to assist. It's going to be a 3v3 in both side lanes. But basement lane is going to even share between these Altarias.
This is actually a really interesting lane as we see Adesu finding the hits onto Bertolo at the moment. Nat will come through for Snorlax as Jirari will fight against the defender, respecting the roll 1v1 there until Adesu finds their KO and fancies a bite out of Jirari.
I mean, respect the 1v1s, but here we got Zacian chasing down a little Fletchinder, not fully evolved into that Talonflame, yet not a battle that we want to see. Fletchinder versus the legendary Pokemon with a sword in its mouth. Psyduck is going to make sure that they stay right on a Narami, on that Pokemon, because you don't want to lose track of Narami on that Vaporeon at all. But the top lane round could go to Gatlu. Zacian just making it quickly back to their pad.
So 31 points unanswered by Komai Esports here. That 27 looking to go in, but having the terrain down, and they were able to hit them with that beam. Look how weak Adesu was! But Talonflame is now here, and with the fly on the back of Toast as a double KO, and Adesu can breathe.
I mean, this comp coming out from the side of Komai Esports looks very dangerous. Vaporeon just able to get out of a 3v1 situation so easily. This is why this Pokemon is such a problem. Can Gatlu play spoiler here? Nope. The God of Secure, which is Blaziken, is going to try and prove correct. How are you getting out of that, Zacian? What is going on? Some Houdini magic being thrown on Thea Sky Ruins.
And now Reli's going to come back with a full HP pool with the Metal Claw, looking for Narami, but unable to do so as Toast lands into the backline, finds the KO on the back of Adesu's beams as well. And Komai Esports take a point lead here, as well as looking at a level lead, level 8 on Gatlu.
Again, Adesu is still not having enough pressure put onto him, my guy. He's just being able to get away with criminal activity with these enhanced charge beams. Unfortunately, we're not going to see another Trick Room Mimikyu. I wonder if it was banned out this game. I wish we could see the bans before the game, but that would be the perfect way to really put pressure on Adesu, because right now, I do believe it's Gek again on that Crossel is proving to be a great wall, stopping Adesu from getting any damage taken or much pressure put on them. Regieleki walks into top side, 122 to 40. We could have a little skirmish come through right now. Overheat's going to go on across the lane. Gek! Wow, that felt personal.
Did see a rotation coming out from Vaporeon, but now they're going to try and come back as the sea parts while we see that Unite move try to come through. Toast doesn't find anybody just yet, lands the fly straight onto the side of Jirare, but the Bright Future Meteor Storm from Adesu buys all the space that Komai was looking for, as right now they clean up Los Caducados and push onto their pad. Toast again with a double KO.
I mean, Komai is looking strong in this one. Los Caducados struggling a little bit right now with terms of levels as well. I don't know. I mean, the Blaziken is feeling a little bit underwhelming just best off after those nerfs that it did receive. I mean, the loss of the Unstoppable is very, very important, but we see a little bit of shenaniganry going on here. Is Narami just trying to take that blue buff away, and it does get blocked into a wall, but it has access to that eject, unfortunately. But again, Vaporeon so slippery, my guy. You just cannot get a good read on how to really trap it in.
Nah, slippery is the right word for it, buddy, as we do see the Aura Cannon come through here. Gatlu goes Mega, looks for the revenge. Bright Future trying to come through on the side. Oh, the Desu here. Flame Sweep to pick up that full power Sai. And they're going to find Blaziken for their efforts as well. Komai Esports has got everything that they could want out of that team fight.
I'm noticing that a lot of the time, Komai Esports' is Pokemon that they've chosen for this comp are really good in 1v1 scenarios right now, whereas I'm seeing the side of Los Caducados, they need at least 2 Pokemon to really deal with one of the Pokemon on the side of Komai Esports, whether that's Vaporeon or whether that's the Crossel as well, and even Gatlu when he goes into that mega form of Lucario. Right now, it's just allowing Talonflame to do whatever they want alongside that Marauder. Can they get the Steel Heal? Psyduck is going to go through. Blaziken proving once again why they are the god of secure. Gatlu comes out of its mega form as well in a bit of a problem. Does pick up the KO on Mewtwo as well. But we've got Vaporeon here, and that is the biggest problem that Los Caducados have to deal with. But finally, they get some points on the board, but they need to score. Bring it to 116. The Bright Future Meteor Storm rains down from Adesu.
Trying to see if they can find the KO onto Relly here as well. As they dive back onto Adesu, they will on the back of Narami's Muddy Water, causing that disruption. And right now, despite the fact that Los Caducados were able to find some great KOs and take the points in that pad, they have dived into the central area, and Komai Esports has got back the experience that they were looking for.
I mean, Gek just keeping Snorlax there and just having to just absorb all of that enhanced charge beam. It's just so much damage coming out from Adesu. 261 to 116, 3.5 minutes left on the clock. A lot of yellow dots for both teams to form up. Level 13 Talonflame and 2 level 12s on the side of Komai Esports. Only 2 level 12s on the side of Los Caducados. And Narami's going to do a great job right now of just trying to be a nuisance, which is exactly what Vaporeon's tagline should be.
The nuisance. You're absolutely right. We're a minute away from Groudon taking to the field here, and still such a close one between them. I mean, it is about 150 points, which with having a T1 goal up won't be too much. With the way that these objectives now give you the buff, you can give it over. It's not unstoppable scoring. T1s can definitely be a little bit of a nuisance, as Narami does manage to find where Jirare is. They look like they're going to be able to get on out here, but no, we did get the Mega out of Mewtwo Y, though, which is pretty huge.
I mean, that's a beautiful KO that they want to take, but I guess on Narami's side, they just reset that KO timer. On the top side, we got a Regirock, which is a defensive buff going to the side of Komai Esports. Regieleki is now going to walk towards that tier 2. Like you said, 150 points with a tier 1 up is a good place to be if you are Los Caducados. Where are you going, Gek? They spotted you, you sneaky, sneaky little crab. 5 seconds to go until our main objective spawns. It's time to get rowdy with Growdy, and Gatlu decides to go Mega straight away.
Yeah, feeling like they needed to take that straight away as they dive onto Jirare here. That Mega Form, you got to get as much out of it as you can. They have managed to find Psyduck, though, on the back of Toasted's Fly. Now they're going to go onto the ground, and they've got Miraidon, they've got Mega Lucario going for the rip here, but a Power Nap comes in from Snorlax, and that is massive as Jirare pulls the attention, but the Flame Sweep will come through, and Toast finds the KO. Mewtwo out of this fight right now. Lost Caducados, they're up against it, bro. Blaziken, too busy with a 1v1 up in that top side, not able to get close to the Groudon just yet. They're falling down as Rally here, seeing if they can get in. They do have the Sovereign Sword, but Toast is prepared for it. Look at the positioning. They were in. They managed to take down Psyduck, Rubble Rouser by Gek, and no, they can't get close to the Groudon right now. Mewtwo Y is going to be zoned out as well as the Ram is prepared for Bertolo. Jose just getting set up to see if they can dive through. Gets the hit onto Narami, ejects in with the overheat, but it ain't gonna work this time. Komai Esports will take Groudon.
I mean, I thought that was a great play by Jose. Maybe just pull the trigger on that overheat and eject combination just a little bit too early. They didn't see him in that bush. I thought they could have gone with the focus blast as well. But again, in that situation, it's being ripped down by the entirety of that team. You have to go early to try and secure that. But with their entirety of Komai Esports in that pit, mate, Komai Esports don't really need to do anything right now. They've got the Groudon buffs. They've got the enhanced damage coming through. That Fly manages to take down the Zacian. And again, I think this just comes down to the comp right now. What do you ban out from these teams? We saw a lot of defenders getting banned out in game number 1. Do you take that Mega Lucario away from Gatlu? Or do you take that Miraidon away from a Desu? Because, I mean, a lot of time in these 1v1s, I mean, Komai Esports came out on top. They needed multiple resources to just KO one of the Pokemon on the side of Komai. So, again, Komai's going to bring this back. We're going to go to our first Game 3 situation, which we love to see. But Los Caducados have to go back to the drawing board because, unfortunately, for me, Tano, Mewtwo Y, even though it got a little bit of a buff, was still very underwhelming in that, especially coming up against the Miraidon.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the reasons why Miraidon does so well in its stocks at the moment, buddy. And I think the difficulty is, though, is that Toast was just cooking on that Talonflame, being able to find Bertolo with that Fly. And, you know, I think the route they should have taken, because right now you don't really want to ban out a Miraidon. You can take it if you want. But it's the fact that Komai have built the perfect team for a Desu not to feel under threat. Desu has some perfect, positioning, was able to get a lot out of that Miraidon. The Bright Future Meteor Storms were just chef kiss in that one, buddy. But Los Caducados, they have to stick together for these fights. We've seen plenty of moments where they stretch themselves a little bit too thin. They have to regroup and come back into those fights as a full 5, because Komai Esports, they are not a team to underestimate in team fights.
Anything apart from that game 2 right now. But I mean, looking at Tano's exasperation, I mean, we have something interesting on our screens right now.
Bro, Jose here on the Greninja. Let's go. This is going to be an exciting one. A Desu on the Rapidash again, proving my point of how flexible a player like a Desu is. Loving this style of play. Toast back on that Talonflame. The matchup between Toast and Jose is going to be electric in this one.
It makes me feel like Miraidon was banned out here. I think Miraidon had to be banned out here, and Adesu was like, well, why not? But we've got double Lucario on the board right now. Gatlu, I think, got access to the Mega. That screen came off a little too quickly for me to see. But now we've got the tanky boys, the tanky little ones, the Crossel going up against the Swinub. But Galarian Ponyta plays spoiler to that one, as we've got a KO coming through. But Mewtwo Y could be in a bit of a problem here, getting stunned by the Hooper and stunned by the Crossel. That is just unfortunate for Los Caducados.
Bro, the rotations from Komai Esports, they've done exactly what you want from a brilliant team in this early stage, rotating down into this bottom lane. Gek is now on Crustle, Adesu getting ever so closer to the Rapidash as well. And just the fact that you can do that with your squad, knowing that you have preparation for the top lane with that Talonflame being there, the rotations from Hooper. Komai Esports are not going to be easy to beat in this game.
I mean, Talonflame was found. We are seeing the hyperspace hole coming out from Hooper as well. Hooper Highway is active. Tolls are no longer going to be used. It is free access to the bot lane, to top lane, wherever you want to go. And that's going to be great for Komai, especially with that Galarian Rapidash. So Los Caducados have to be very aware right now, just like they have to be very aware of those Crossel Rock Tomb. Swineup is trying to do whatever they can, but Galarian Rapidash picks up the KO. Crossel also gets set back to Nurse Joy. And Odessu's having fun with this prancing pony.
Well, fun's one word for it as they get hit with the Ice Fang. What it is right now is, again, another example of how close these two teams are. Fly comes in, they find the KO onto Lucario. Toast being back on this Talonflame is such a dangerous threat for Los Caducados, as they do manage to find the Psyduck as well. Jose here looking for the executes with the serve. Nearly does find Gatlu for the double. Narami unfortunately has to escape.
And this is something that I was talking about before. It feels like the Greninja is a surprise from Jose, but these guys play each other so often that it can't be that much of a surprise that Jose's going to bring out. The e-speeding Lucario is quite fun to watch right now, but let's see how annoying that gets to come up with inside the rest of this cast as we talk about two Lucarios being on the field. Can't wait to see when we get 3 Charizards that we have to cast around. But 49 to 11, 720, Altarios go to the side of Los Caducados. But, mate, not a bad game. Low scoring. It feels very reminiscent to game number 1. Beautiful tackle into the Ice Fang.
Los Caducados getting the moment here to break this pad, open up that scoring for themselves. Does open up an extra area of experience now for Komai Esports, and that will mean that we will see Unite moves online for their squad as they go to grab all that on the side. Regieleki is going to be taken here as well. Just going to go break that goal on the side of Gatlu, and they're going to allow Gek to go and continue to rip this. So that's a lot of pressure going to the T2 pad here, Lobo, because we don't have a springboard on that home pad until 5 minutes.
No, not yet, but it looks like Lucario is keeping everybody else distracted, which I think is a smart choice. They're just going to absorb the KO, but that Hooper Highway has been blocked off from that top path on the tier 1 side. Not going to be as effective as rotating everybody else around. But the movement speed on the side of Komai Esports is so good that they might not need it anyway. Look at all of those points just sitting there for Komai Esports to go and try and break this tier. But there are 4 members of Komai in that top side. Los Caducados is going to do the right thing and head to the basement lane. Beautiful Ice Fang to pick up Crossel. Can they get the execute? Nope. The Rubble Rouse is going to come out and absorb all of that damage.
Bro, I would be so frustrated. You nearly get a KO and a Crossel and they just drop that Rubble Rouser and then they're back to nearly half health with the massive shield that they get. I mean, Los Caducados still managed to push in and score some points as Komai Esports were looking to grab some more experience and actually counter score up in the top side off the back of Gatlu. Jose here really wanting to get aggressive against Komai, moving into their central area.
No, I agree. The aggressiveness is how you want to play against Komai Esports because they're such an organized team. You break that organization, you break that concentration, and that is going to be your way into this. Now, what I really want to see is I want to see that Pilot Swine take that evolution into its ancient form, into the Mammoth Swine, because that is going to give Komai Esports a much stronger foothold going into the rest of this game. Right now, 212 to 121, mate. That's almost a palindrome of the scores if you just reverse it and flip it and turn it upside down. But right now, we got a fight coming off, and E-Speed Lucario is leading the way.
Oh, Jose managing to dodge against Toast there. And there's going to be the Water Burst Shuriken. The ankles are broken. Toast looking to see if they can get some revenge as they get close with the fly here. Trying to go through with the eject, and they find Jose. Rings are let loose. Flames sweep from across the postcodes, and they get through for a second KO. Mama Swine will fall. Ooh, baby, a triple for Toast here as Komai Esports clean up that fight.
Beautiful team wipe, but what we just witnessed is that Gatlu got the Aura Cannon for the Mega Lucario off the second before he went through that portal. So he came back full health, coming back through that Hooper portal as a Mega Lucario. And right now, these Hooper portals are proving to be incredibly useful to giving Komai Esports the upper hand. Still no scores going in, even after they got the full team wipe. Regieleki is now going to give them assistance pushing into the basement lane. Have a look at these levels real quick. Level 13 Talonflame on the board. Level 11 Galarian Rapidash and Lucario. 2 level 12s for the side of Los Caducados, but we're going again. Gonna use the Water Burst Shuriken to just escape on out.
Yeah, Niat will be taken down here. Jirare looks like they're going to go back to the home part and see if they can help defend against that. It's going to be pushing onto their T2. This is just aggression from Komai yet again. Gatlu here, ready to bring it onto Jose. Can't deal with a Desu with that stun. I gotta say, I do like the approach that Los Caducados has taken, pulling out something like this Greninja. The execute is brilliant with that surf, but also it's just toast. Being able to find the KOs onto the opposition and continuing to be the biggest threat, as you see here. Birdslow will land, but the portals are already ready to go.
This is what I was saying. Mewtwo is struggling in this one to really get that much damage. And Mamoswine, as bulky as it is now going to take a lot of damage combined with the Crossel and the Talonflame going up, taken to the skies. We got 40 seconds on the clock. And that's 4 members down for the side of Los Caducados at the 3-minute mark. And now there's a buff up top that Komai Esports are going to prioritize, and my goodness, a Regirock buff into this comp, that is not what Los Caducados want to see.
In this economy, with a Crustle on your side, you're going to get a Regirock buff. Ridiculous as Komai lock that in 20 seconds before we say hello to Kyogre. But as we know, when there's a Kyogre, the game is not over. They do have the opportunity to take this on the side of Los Caducados. But let's see what they can do. Got to be aggressive with it. Got to have good target selection. That's the biggest thing here.
Here we go. Kyogre makes the battlefield drizzle with rain. The side strike on to Lucario. Gatlu's not going to go mega just yet, but the opposite side, Lucario at E-Speed has been caught out inside the Triad Blitz. Mamoswine is dangerously low, but they've almost found Gatlu. Has to eject, and Gatlu is the first one to get taken down. Both Lucarios are down for this squad. The ultimate Sai is going to come out with the damage reduction. Greninja is just putting those Shadow Sneaks on. Toast coming through. Does hit the fly. Takes down Mewtwo and flame sweeps out of there. 3 members down for the side of Los Caducados. Only 1 for Komai Esports. Unite moves have been used. We've still got 1 Aura Cannon and 1 Rings Unbound left to go. But Toast is cooking with this Firebird.
I mean, Toast is one of my favorite central areas in this region, bro. Was last year as well. And to see them get access to this Talonflame, well, that's something that Los Caducados has to think about if they come up against them in any other future tournament, as they do now have the patience to wait for this next fight. You're trying to put some attention onto this Kyogre, but you do know that they have the Aura Cannon ready on the side of Lucario. You do have the rings ready to go on the side of your own Hooper here. So you do have playability that you can use, and that's exactly what we see with Toast going to this T2.
Yeah, but Toast is going to be caught off, but Psyduck is not going to be caught. They could put the Hooper rings on there. Los Caducados is going to get a score, but the Rings Unbound are going to come in through right now. They just have to survive. A 165 is not enough to get them on the board. And Komai Esports have pushed Los Caducados out. Toast is down. Can they get the secure? Because they've still got Greninja coming through. They've got a Mammoth Mash from Mamoswine as well. We see Jose is just putting it in. They could come in with the surf boosted. Galarian Rapidash is looking for it. Can they get the secure? Can they get the steal? No, Greninja is taken out before they can. And Gatlu, of all people with the Mega Lucario, comes in for the steal on Kyogre.
Yeah, I mean, that one, buddy, it was all the fact that the strongest damage on the side of Los Caducados were 2 very squishy Pokemon. And despite a brilliant effort from Jose on that Greninja, to be fair to them, it was Toast's game all along. We were just living in it, buddy. 10 KOs for them to take. As we have a look at the damage, Komai Esports will hold strong to win this set with a 2-1 record.
Yeah, I mean, again, Komai Esports, it was the structure. It was the way they played. Toast absolutely just clawing onto anything that Adesu could stun